Mayor Pete, are you the gayest guy ever? Dude, the transportation sucks, Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete, you suck. Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete, you're the worst ever, Mayor Pete. You suck at your job. The transportation sucks. Boeing is crashing. Dude, Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. I'll break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alex Stein, and we have a wild show for you. This evening, we have the one, the only, Alexis Wilkins, singer-songwriter extraordinaire. Can we call you country music superstar? Is that your genre, or do you have a genre, Alexis?
Definitely country music.
That is your genre, right? Yeah. I mean, I've listened to your music, but like, do you do like gospel too? Is that considered country?
I think they're in like the same range, you know.
Like
but
a
we have
Venn
the
diagram.
Ryman, like Mother Church. Like we have all that in Nashville, but I'm definitely country.
And you're in Nashville right now?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's getting a little busy.
No, everybody likes Tennessee. I mean, everybody's gassing up Tennessee. It's kind of like Texas, though. You know, the Tennessee effect. It's kind of similar, in my opinion. Or what do you think the similarities? You spend a lot of time in Texas. Are there any similarities?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where Nashville's just growing so much that they're trying to catch up, and it's busy, and they're trying to work on their infrastructure, and you know, left-leaning cities.
I know Dallas is left-leaning now. I mean, Austin's left-leaning. They're all left-leaning. Okay, before we get the show started, so you might know this is a crazy show where crazy things are going to happen. So we ask our guests ever since we got sued recently, and we lost a lot of money and liability. Luckily, we have insurance. If anybody's asking, we make our guests sign a waiver. And basically, you sign your life away. So if you can just read that out loud and sign that, that would help us get the show started officially.
Can I have my lawyer look at this?
No, you can't. And if your lawyer calls us, that's not good. It is legally binding.
Amazing. I'm reading this out loud?
Please.
Okay.
We would appreciate that.
We're doing a live read of the contract here. I, Alexis Wilkins, agree to participate in Primetime Stein with Alex Stein. Mm-hmm. Assumption of risks. I understand the show involves inherent risks of bodily injury.
Yes.
It'll be fine. Including, but not limited to, bruises, burns, beheading.
Hamas is hot right now. Are you kidding?
Can I make edits? Can we?
No editing. Just sign your life away.
Can we 86 the golden showers from R. Kelly?
Jimmy, did you really put golden showers from R. Kelly?
We have to be prepared for all situations.
No, cross that out. That's disgusting.
We're gonna 86.
I didn't even write this contract. Jimmy's attorney did.
Yeah.
That he met on Craigslist.
I mean, they just said
attorney.
to prepare for any situation.
Well, R. Kelly's in jail, so how is he going to do that?
So we'll cross that off. Just
we'll cross it out. I'll agree.
Yeah.
We'll.
And then I promise I won't rap about lady orifices and Laura Loomer. Yeah, I won't do. We're all good. Release of liability. I hereby release, discharge, and hold harmless Blaze, Alex, and all of his producers, except Jimmy. That's exactly the note I was going to make, so I'm glad it's here. Mm-hmm. You can sue him like your name is Alan Dershowitz. Participant signature. Okay, you know, now that we've negotiated, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, it's a comfortable thing. I mean, it's a comfortable contract, and it protects us. Okay, so put these on immediately.
Okay.
Okay, put that on. And then, do you like Disney?
New Disney or old Disney?
All Disney.
You know.
There's subliminal sexual messaging in all Disney. Did you know that?
I mean, I've seen some of the stuff on it. But
Where it said sex in the Lion King? Where it said sex in the Lion King?
Yeah, my friend actually went back to her VHS and checked that, and it's there.
Well, come on, I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's not even a conspiracy, so I'm sick of this. Pepe Le Pew. Is this Pepe Le Pew? Can you confirm? I don't know Disney. I don't watch it. I'm not a...
I actually don't know.
Well, I'm sick of Disney. I'm sick of Disney characters. That's what we think about Disney, all right? That's what we think about Disney. I don't even know if we caught that on camera. Okay, so did you see I ran into the Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg? Yeah, you can take this off. Everything's safe now.
Thank you.
Did you see that I ran into the Transportation Secretary, the gayest guy in America?
I did. I saw that.
You see all the planes are crashing, bridges are collapsing. What other bad things are happening? I'm trying to think in transportation.
Lots. It's a lot. There's a lot.
Well, the Boeing whistleblowers keep dying.
Yeah, we know that. I mean, I'm saying, I just said Boeing. I mean, Boeing's like literally killing people. He's not doing anything. Look at this. 10 more whistleblowers are coming out. And everybody knows that the original whistleblower did not kill himself because he was wearing a Tommy Bahama shirt. Nobody has ever committed suicide in a Tommy Bahama shirt. I'm telling you, and I talked to the law enforcement. They've never gone to a crime scene and seen a guy like with a gun blowing out his brains in a Tommy Bahama. So it's impossible. So we know it's an inside job. What do you think about our transportation? You fly a lot. Are you nervous about flying?
You know, I've never been nervous about flying in my life. I love flying, but ever since all this has been happening, you know, you get on a Southwest flight, it's a 737, you think about it. I've never thought about disastrous things happening on planes, honestly, the whole time I've ever flown, and now it's all of a sudden a thing.
Well, I was just a part of a Blaze original documentary about PPP loans, but a documentary that's coming out before that is about the FAA and air traffic controllers that are incorporating DEI. That's right. If you're like a white male right now, seriously, this is not conspiracy. I think the documentary comes out in 2 weeks, I believe. But right now, since they have such a DEI slanted program, if you fill out the form and you say you're white, you're basically ineligible from the start.
Yeah.
From being an air traffic controller.
Yep.
That's very scary.
It is scary. It's scary that something that serious and related to public safety is being based on anything but a meritocracy.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I just want the best person or a person that's dedicated to their job. I don't care if their color of their skin. I don't care if it's a black guy. I just want it to be like a guy that actually cares about his job. But sadly, like they were talking about how there's people that go into work and they've like been dumped by their wife or like their wife cheated on them and they're like depressed and emotional. So if you've ever gone through a breakup or something bad happened, a pet dies, you know, you're depressed, you're not going to perform at work that great. But sadly, there's the margin of error as an FAA controller is very small.
Right.
I don't want to die on a plane.
Alex, the people are dying to know. Walk us through how you found Secretary Pete and what the aftermath was.
You might have to take an AIDS test too.
No, I don't have to take an AIDS test. No, the aftermath was really scary. I should have got more content, but if you watch our YouTube clip, it was very scary because I go and I confront him and I'm like in a good mood, even though I just said he sucks. You know, I was a little out of line. I could have been crazier. I could have been, you know, more demure and had a little more class and respect. But as soon as I'm done, I'm laughing. I'm sitting across from the terminal, or excuse me, from my gate. It was A4. I'm sitting at like A6, and I'm just looking and I'm laughing, right? And the Secret Service, they walk up to me once once everybody boards the plane and they close the door, all of a sudden, I think the Secret Service is not going to mess with me because he was the first one on the plane. Then it took about 10 minutes after that, maybe 15 before they closed the door. And so I'm looking at him and no Secret Service, no cops walk up to me. So I think I'm in the clear. Then all of a sudden the Secret Service guy starts walking up to me. And he's like this scary looking Asian guy. And somebody said in the comments that Asian guy actually at one point was protecting Joe Biden. But I didn't know that at the time. So he comes up to me. Like, how you doing, sir? I'm like, I'm doing okay. I'm going viral on the internet. And then literally, and the cop goes, well, you caused a disturbance in a private, on private property. We might have some issues. Can you give us your identification? And immediately, I didn't even give him my identification. I just got up, I stopped filming, and I went to the bathroom. And I went in the stall, and I pretended like I was going number 2 because I didn't know what to do. I wanted to call my attorney. Like, you know, I wasn't under arrest at the time. And I was scared to death. And basically, it just ended with them following me to the bathroom. Went in there, sat in the bathroom for about 30 minutes, and then they were gone by the time I got out. So I didn't go to jail today.
That's good. That was quick thinking. There's not really a guide for, you know, what to do after that encounter. So
I know, and the Secret Service is scary. Now they definitely know. I'm already on a list, but
yeah,
my name is higher on that list now. So I'm a little worried about my safety, and I don't.
Points.
Yeah, I don't want to go to jail. Pete Buttigieg. And you know, did we ever post that video? What's his boyfriend's name? Like Chasten or something?
Oh, Chasten. We posted it on your Twitter, but we never posted it on YouTube.
Well, I confronted his husband at his speaking engagement one time.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's like beef between me and the Buttigieg's, and he'd love to see me locked up. He'd be so happy. Him and his boyfriend would be kissing at a romantic dinner, like, we got Alex Stein, yeah! And then they would be doing, you know what, something weird. Not that there's anything wrong with that, YouTube. We love it. Everything's gay. Everybody should be gay.
Well, speaking of that, I was a little offended because you tell me I'm the gayest guy alive every single show, and then you go and tell Pete Buttigieg that he's the gayest guy alive. So what's the truth?
You're gayer than Pete Buttigieg.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to clarify.
You're much gayer than Pete Buttigieg.
Okay.
Oh, actually, and speaking of clarifications, Jimmy hasn't ever sent you pictures of his baby, has he?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Okay, good. Jimmy has an issue. He likes to send our guests pictures of his baby.
I have a really cute baby, but I'm addicted to sending unsolicited daughter pics.
Yeah.
It sounds.
Babies are cute.
I don't know if you can call a baby cute because that sounds kind of like you're a PDF file. Right, Jimmy? Jimmy, tell Alexis.
Yes, let's. I'll tell Alexis. Yeah, Alex likes to bring up that a very famous pedophile went to my university and he got arrested recently.
Oh.
He was Jimmy's mentor.
Yeah.
Went to Princeton. Yes, and he was the head of the queer club.
Yeah, taught him everything he knows.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was really weird, really scary. Okay, Jimmy, how do I suck the helium out of this? And like other.
So we've been poking it. There should be scissors on set or a pen. Use a pen. You're just poking a hole in it and sucking out the air.
Hello, hi, I'm Alex. No, it's not that. My voice is already kind of high. I gotta suck some helium. It's the only way to take the edge off. When I come here on work, I'm very stressed out. Do you ever do any helium?
No. I don't do helium.
Okay, are you a cop? I mean.
No, I mean, I've done helium before. but-
Okay, so you're a liar then. I just caught you in a bold-faced lie. You say, Alexis.
Do feels like a consistent trend of behavior. Have done feels like, if the end of a birthday party, you have a bunch of balloons. What do you do with them? You all get high-pitched voices.
It's just funny. I go, do you do helium? And you're like scoffed at that. And then all of a sudden I ask,
Sounds
have
like
you
a
ever?
drug.
It is a drug. It's my favorite drug. I'm high on helium right now. But I don't think it works my voice, and my voice is already so high. It doesn't get any, the octanes don't hit right. And this balloon is weak. That helium's weak. Jimmy, I need some Venezuelan helium.
All right, then do the little yellow smiley face to your right.
Yeah, there's
I
some,
am kind of lightheaded if I'm being honest right now.
Well, you want to do the ad read? That's a perfect time.
Oh, well, is it CastBrew?
No, it's Flying Ace's Spirits.
Oh, we love Flying Aces. Guys, do you like alcohol, Alexis? You like alcohol?
I don't drink that much.
Well, but I mean, everybody likes it, right? You need a little bit to have a little fun. You're at a wedding. Everybody likes to have a little, sippy sip. And do you like supporting the troops?
Big fan of that.
Everybody likes supporting the troops. And if you said yes to both, which you did, you'll love our next sponsor. It's a liquor that donates to Folds of Honor. That's right, guys. Since 2007, Folds of Honor has provided life-changing scholarships to the spouses and children of America's fallen or disabled soldiers. And in 2023, this was extended to include families of fallen first responders. They've awarded over 51,000 scholarships and more than $200 million so far. And the need is still great, but together, if you get some of this liquor, we can make sure no qualified applicant is turned away. Flying Ace has aligned with Folds of Honor to ensure the children of our American heroes receive the education they deserve. As a proud supporter of Folds of Honor, Flying Ace, has had the privilege of providing hope for families of those who protect our freedom, as well as providing scholarships. Go to flyingacespirits.com or go to the link in the description. When you purchase a bottle of Flying Ace, you will also be donating to Folds of Honor. Make sure to use promo code PRIMETIME and you get free shipping on every order. That's flyingacespirits.com, promo code PRIMETIME. And then one of the chat rats bought some Flying Aces. Do you know who that was, Jimmy?
I'm not sure who that was.
Somebody tweeted it. Maybe look in the YouTube community because I want to shout them out. Thank you for, I think it wasn't Scott Starboard. It wasn't Bad Buddhist.
Whoever did, just DM me.
Alteric?
Alteric, he's great. Yeah, whoever did that, just DM me. We'll make sure to give you credit.
Alex, to support the troops, they should also smash the like button.
Yes, that is the
Troops
best way
love
to
that.
support the troops, guys. Hit the like button on YouTube. I don't know why I'm laughing because I'm dead serious. That is the best way to support the troops. All right, so Alexis, as a country music superstar that you are, that is performing this weekend, can you tell the audience about that?
Yes, so I'm performing at the NRA convention here in Dallas. I'm going to be here Friday and Saturday at the Riser United merch stand booth and then at the NRA Country Sound stage.
That's
so make sure you come
badass.
say hi. Riser United has some great merch. A lot of it's made in the USA, which we love. And it'll just be fun.
You know, it's probably a male, heavily dominated event, I'm guessing, right? Isn't it? I mean, I don't know, isn't it?
I guess so.
Yeah, so you're going to be like a real superstar. There's probably going to be like one woman, and she's going to be like a homesteader that's probably addicted to guns.
Sounds like my kind of gal.
I know. I love guns. I like shooting them. If I could shoot Jimmy, I would. But that's not with a gun, just with a paintball gun. I don't want to kill him. I would just like to injure him.
A marshmallow gun.
Well, speaking of your career as a country music superstar, I'm trying to kind of dip my toe in the country music superstar waters myself. I have a new song, and I want to get your reaction to it. So let's play
Let's do it.
Donald Trump by Alex Stein.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
This is a jam.
It's good.
Donald
Big fan of the message.
Donald Trump.
Donald
Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
It's good. I
Donald
like it.
Trump. Donald 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 Trump. You laughed at first, but you started dancing towards the end. What is your instant reaction of that song?
Love the message. Those are the best lyrics. I think it's the only lyrics we need. Those are the best lyrics I've ever heard.
I wrote those lyrics. Thank you. Those are the best lyrics ever. And you can tell they auto-tuned my voice. Do you use a little auto-tune ever in the studio? Honestly, like as an actual good singer, like do you use it or not? Do real singers use it?
You know, when you're singing, you don't use auto-tune. When they move everything through like mixing, they mess with the levels so that everything meshes together well with the instruments. But I don't think that that's like an auto-tune thing. I'm not a mixer. I
Okay.
let them do the professional job.
Our sound engineer says, yeah, that's correct. Like they just kind of move the levels up and down so you like sound deeper or whatever, but they don't auto-tune it. But
Yeah.
they auto-tune that. I have to say, I mean, that's a hit. If they weren't trying to censor conservatives, that would be the #1 song on the Billboard charts, in my opinion. But
Yeah,
you know how it is as a conservative.
I understand.
We're going to be censored.
I understand. I have a song called Country Back, and the leftists don't want to hear that one.
Why? What's the vibe of that? What's it all about?
It's called I Want My Country Back, and it's about, honestly, it's about good values, and it could be used generically, but of course, conservatives, like myself, look at it and go, yeah, I want my country back. I want the place that I grew up in, that my parents grew up in. I want my kids to have that. Like, I want my country back. I want the good thing. When people got along, when people, looked at each other and found common ground is one of the lyrics. But yeah, it's called I Want My Country Back, and it's just about good values and what America stands for and wanting that back.
Well, it's funny because when I think of country back, I think of country fried steak, and then I think of a person with a fat back. So I think of like country back, like that person's back is really fat. Is that weird that I think that?
No, I don't think so.
What era of the country would you like to go back to?
Oh gosh.
You could go to any era.
I don't know. I'm a big history fan, so I'd love to be a fly on the wall for the whole Founding Fathers era. It's just quite turbulent, so I don't know. I don't know where I'd actually like to go back to. I'd just like to go back and like watch.
I'd like to go back to 1942 and kill Hitler.
That's a good call.
I'd be famous. Did you ever hear the conspiracy that Hitler actually didn't kill himself and that he lived in Venezuela?
I did see that.
It was a show, Argentina, and it was on the Discovery Network.
Yeah, Argentina.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They've done a couple things on it. And they can't disprove it. Like a lot of people that have gone to go research it, even though they can't tangibly prove it, they can't disprove it, is what I've collected from each of the documentaries.
I know, it's weird. And like they supposedly did like a DNA test on the body and it was like a woman's body, but then, listen, we can't talk about Hitler conspiracies on this show. YouTube does not like that word. But if you are a painter from Austria, we don't like you. Oh, guys, I just said that I would like to kill Hitler. I would not, for terms of service, I would not like to kill anybody. I would just like Hitler to not be alive. Is that better for terms of service, do you think?
Is that against terms of service? Is it bad to eliminate Hitler?
Well, I
Isn't that
think you
technically good.
You can't call for violence on anybody, so I don't
Not even
know.
Hitler?
It's kind of ethics dicey with the terms of service, because you'd think that would be like
Yeah.
grand exception.
Now, they'd be protecting Nazis. You can't do that. That's
Well,
definitely
there's
against terms
Nazis
of
in the
service.
Ukraine right now. The Azov Battalion is full of Nazis.
Well, those are the good ones.
Yeah.
They are, Jimmy? You like the Azov Battalion?
Well, I mean, I've been told that it's the most important country on earth by our politicians. So, yeah, we should support them.
Gosh, it's crazy to think there's Nazis. Did you know that there's slavery in Libya right now?
Yes.
Bad, right?
Yeah.
Alex, you want to go to Libya and try and,
Do what? You know, they handled COVID
buy a
better than
person?
us. Buy a human?
Well, I mean, just for, for the content.
I feel like that's against terms and service.
Yeah.
Not in Libya.
Cool it down. Do they have YouTube in Libya?
I mean, people with phones do.
They have to use a VPN, I believe.
Well, I mean, not the slaves, but like the owners probably have YouTube.
That's pretty dark. Can you imagine a slave on TikTok, like watching?
A day in the life.
Observing consumerism.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible.
Talk live from the mines.
And yeah, I mean, the cobalt mines, I mean, Elon Musk, everybody's like, oh, he's so great. But Tesla, literally, to get cobalt, they use children because their hands are smaller and they can like get the good grainy cobalt.
EVs are a hot mess.
Yeah, that's in the Congo, I believe.
Is that where that is, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Well, what
Yeah.
else are they
That's
gonna do?
Northern Africa, correct? Or is that like Middle Africa?
Is there a difference?
I think it's
A
more
little
middle.
bit. Yeah, North Africa is like where everybody like goes and sneaks into Europe. So,
I mean, I know South Africa is where the white ones live.
yeah, I know Elon Musk is an African American.
Yeah.
But he has a bunch of kids like and it's not married to the mom, so he is perpetuating a lot of African American stereotypes by doing that.
Do you agree, Alexis?
I'm hanging. I'm
She
here.
doesn't want to get her Twitter deleted,
Well,
which I don't
that's
blame
a perfect time to go into our next ad read.
Guys,
good.
do you have, I recently had a heart attack, Alexis, and almost died.
No.
It was very scary, and that is true. So I recently got my heart checked by a doctor. He said, wow, you're so healthy. You must be running the marathon at the Paris 2024 Olympics. I grinned and gave him a little laugh and said, no, Dr. Phil, it's because I take liver health formula. That's why so many of us have a sluggish, fatty liver that makes us gain weight and lose energy. For decades now, your liver has helped you with over 500 key functions every day, like urinating and digesting. It's time you help your liver. There is a solution. It's called Liver Health Formula. It's an all-natural supplement that helps recharge and protect your liver. So if you're looking to ignite your fat-burning metabolism, boost your energy, and transform how you look and feel, try Liver Health Formula today. And when you do, you receive a free bottle of blood sugar formula to reduce those sugar cravings. And you get that free if you order it today. So if you want to look good while shirtless, you need to try Liver Health Formula today. Try Liver Health Formula by going to getliverhelp.com/Alex and claim your free bonus gift today. That's right, getliverhelp.com/Alex. So what's your biggest medical fear? Have you ever been to the hospital?
I have.
For what? You're young.
I know. I think because I've been flying so much lately, I recently had a nosebleed, like a couple of them.
No.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is scary. My buddy Walt had a couple nosebleeds when we were young, and that used to scare us. He ended up being totally fine. It wasn't that big a deal. I think it was like his blood sugar was low or something, or his blood was thin. I don't know. So what did they give you? Did they give you anything?
Nothing. They're just like, you're fine. It stops bleeding. Just put pressure on it. And it's not a big deal. It's just new for me. I'm like, this has never happened to me before. Flown a ton. Had to exercise, use of Pete Buttigieg's transportation system a bunch, and never had an issue. And all of a sudden, just like, nosebleeds.
And you're small. Have you ever sat next to like a 300-pound person and they're just like hogging the armrest? Like, damn. You ever sat somebody like this?
You know what? I sit in the corner of the window and I fall asleep the entire time, and that is my calling card for flying. So I have no idea. I mean,
You're able to sleep like that, no matter what, even if it's turbulent.
Yo, I'm 5 foot tall. I just curl up in the corner, fall asleep. I'm out. Put my hood up. I'm done.
Wow,
Gone.
that works to your advantage. Speaking of somebody that's not too tall, Lila Hart, you want to come on set, Lila? Lila, here, pull up a chair, Lila. Do we have one? Oh my gosh, you're coming here so fast. Do we have one? Well, Lila is the spina bifida baddie. So Lila, as a short queen yourself, Alexis is a short queen. What is it like? Is there advantages like that? Do you have any similar advantages when you fly?
Absolutely. We We can sleep on the plane. It's comfortable for us. Yeah, there is advantages.
Prepaid wireless coming in. Look at this. Now we got a chair. Yeah.
too.
Sit with us. I don't know if you have a mic, so maybe try to put this on this side of my jacket so we can hear you. No, Lila was just recently on Tim Pool, so tell Alexis how Tim Pool's trying to kill me.
He actually is trying to kill Alex because the last two representatives of the CastBrew Coffee are no longer with us. They have deceased. They passed away. They're up in the sky, flying high with Jesus. So,
Wow.
He named a
Yeah.
coffee after Roberto Jr., his favorite cock, or rooster, whatever you want to call it, and died. Then he named it after his favorite cat, then died. And then the third person that he's named a coffee after is me. And I love Tim Pool. If anybody's going to kill me, I would be happy for him to kill me. So what do you think about the conspiracy? Do you think it's real? Or do you think it's cap, as I say in the hood?
I don't think the pattern's very good.
Why do you say that?
I mean, just the fact that this has occurred in the order that it has occurred. It's
And he
a
had
little
a heart attack.
concerning.
And I had a heart attack ever since I've had the branded coffee.
Well, I don't know that I'd continue the branded coffee.
You think that I should tell him and cancel it? What do you
No,
think?
no. And in fact, everyone,
Yeah.
make sure you go out and you purchase CastBrew Coffee with what is the promo code?
CastBrew.com. Use promo code PRIMETIME for 10% off. And we have an ad read later, but we need you guys to buy some coffee because if you guys don't buy this coffee, they're going to literally cancel this show, all right? So we need that freaking CastBrew money. We need you to go get FlyingAce Spirits. And guys, get that liver health formula. I know there's people that are smoking weed. Has anybody ever tried to do that to you? Have they ever, like, you go to a party, one of these industry Hollywood parties, and they get you to try to do a drug or sniff cocaine?
I have never done any of the above. I am aware of the parties that you were speaking of. Those are like the LA parties. I've seen them occur, and I don't really go to them anymore.
Lila and I have done a lot of cocaine in our past.
Alex, if you die,
What's it like?
can I smoke your ashes if you die?
No, you cannot smoke my ashes. Lila, tell her what it's like to abuse cocaine.
Well, I think it's just kind of like an extreme.
Up, down.
Yeah.
You should try it.
You should not.
I think probably not.
She doesn't need to.
You don't think?
No, absolutely not.
It helps with weight loss. I'm going to start doing it because my Ozempic is not working. They didn't renew my Ozempic prescription.
I think Ozempic is great. I really do. I think Ozempic, it's just fantastic. It's good for the people.
Is it, though? I mean, is Ozempic good? I know one of our top chat rats, Morgan, has lost nearly 100 pounds taking Ozempic. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm about to get on it. So Morgan, queen of all chat rats, we call our most rabid fans chat rats. What do you think about that, Alexis?
I think it's great, especially if they like it.
I don't know if they do. Do you think they like
You guys
it?
like it?
They love
Do they
it.
like
Love
it?
being chat rats.
They do. Okay, guys, born of a desire for a bold coffee and a need to build companies that actually support American values, CastBrew Coffee provides an alternative to that faceless corporate ecosystem and fosters a parallel economy that truly supports freedom. Try my own personal blend. It's called Alex Stein's Primetime Grind. It's a dark roast, 100% organic, ground coffee with 2 times the amount of caffeine. It's the strongest coffee sold on the internet. You know who also drinks CastBrew coffee? Pete Buttigieg. He likes to drink. Why? He likes to drink
Too much of it.
He likes to drink too much. I'm trying to read it before I actually read it out loud because I have no idea what the hell you wrote. He likes to drink it. He likes to drink too much of it so it clears out his bowels, Jimmy. Which is important for his gay lifestyle. Why is everything gay, Jimmy?
Well, it's just Pete Buttigieg.
You don't think that he uses like an enema or something? You think that is that
He uses
enough?
CastBrew.
Multifunctional.
Have you ever used an enema before, Alexis?
I have not.
It's not necessary.
Why is it unnecessary? I do one all the time.
How often are you doing this?
Like 2 times a day.
Are you
I use coffee sometimes. Sometimes I use like champagne.
CastBrew?
Sometimes, yeah, CastBrew.
And how does it make you feel?
Bad, sick. I start vomiting.
Maybe you should stop.
I can't. I'm addicted. Just visit CastBrew.com, promo code PRIMETIME to save 10% off your purchase. That's CastBrew.com, promo code PRIMETIME. Drink that coffee responsibly. And if you use that code, Tim is going to be like, thank you, Alex, for selling this coffee. And the proceeds from this specific CastBrew coffee goes to a cat charity of Tim and I's choice. We haven't decided which cat charity yet. Do you like cats, Alexis?
I do. I like cats. I'm allergic, but I like them.
You're allergic.
I know.
Lila eats cats.
I do. I'm Asian. And I eat dogs.
So you're not allergic.
No, they're delicious. I prefer dog over cat meat. But
Is that true? You, if you had to choose, you'd rather have a dog?
Absolutely.
Have you ever heard of the Yulin Dog Meat Festival in China? Every year during this June summer solstice, they actually have a festival and they eat dogs because they think it helps them with their sexual health.
No, I haven't.
That's
heard of
real.
that.
That's real.
Wow.
You've never heard of the Yulin Dog Meat Festival?
No.
That is a real thing.
Huh.
Ooh, let me show you right now. Oh my gosh, it's
I
disgusting.
believe you.
It's disgusting. It's so gross. Okay.
It's not disgusting.
It is disgusting. Lila, I'm sick of you eating these damn dogs all the time. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
I told you, you've never seen a barbecue dog. Lila.
Can't.
It's delicious.
Oh my gosh.
It looks
There are
good.
just some things.
We
I
make
did
Jimmy
hear
the
though
dog?
that. What?
What, Brandon?
Can we make Jimmy eat dog for the show?
No, we're not going to have, nobody's going to eat
He
dogs.
eats
on
bugs
the
all
show.
the time.
Look at this. I don't know. You really shouldn't zoom in that
I
much.
feel like that's
on it.
terms and
That's
services.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It is terms of service for real.
Alex, how about we talk about things you like eating, like Taco Bell?
Yes. Okay, Jimmy. Yeah. Okay. I know everybody knows I love Taco Bell. So, have you heard the latest internet rumor? Can you read that, Alexis?
It appears that Taco Bell can be healthy after all.
Experts reveal what to order if you're watching your weight. So, guess what? Since I'm on a health kick, I brought us some Taco Bell. Who wants a spicy potato soft taco?
Yo quiero.
Oh my gosh, I love
Wow.
it. Yes. And then
How spicy is this? What
it's
is? What am I getting into?
It's
Oh no.
spicy. Do you want a burrito? We got bean and cheese burritos. It's healthy. You want to lose weight? Watch this. Watch this. Show this. Nobody's ever done this on the air. Watch, watch. This is called one bite. Everybody knows the rules.
No.
Oh
No.
my god. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is impressive. Wow. Amazing. What a talent. That is talent right there. That is talent.
You okay?
No.
Lila, do you know the Heimlich?
Oh. Just swallow.
I can't look.
Impressive.
It's healthy, Alexis.
It looks healthy.
One bite.
That's
Have you ever seen a human being do that?
no. I'm equal parts afraid and impressed.
You should be.
That was some true talent right there.
Yeah.
There's still 30 minutes left in the show, and you know what that means. I'm gonna be passing gas very soon.
It just gives a whole new meaning to fast food.
Yeah, well, that was super fast. Okay, and then this is my favorite sauce. So, do you ever get the cheese sauce?
No.
And you take it like a shot of tequila.
No, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that.
Hey! Oh yes!
Healthy. What
I
is
can't look.
So good.
Is it spicy?
A little. A perfect spice amount. So this is on my diet now, Jimmy.
That's part of your diet. You're all good.
So I'm losing weight doing this?
Absolutely.
You look trimmer already.
I know, I feel skinnier.
Yeah.
I feel skinnier. Okay, so that's enough of that. What's the next thing we need to react to?
We're going to go back to C Block, and we're going to this viral portal video.
Oh my gosh, this isn't the one where they do the 9/11 or the boobs, is it?
I blurred the titties.
We made it terms of service friendly. We did a lot of work because America needs to see this.
This is a children's show. You know that, Jimmy.
I know, we blurred it that well.
Have you seen this new portal, Alexis?
I have seen the portal.
Seems kind of demonic, right?
Oh, weird.
And I know you're a young Christian, good person, you would never do something as repugnant as what this ex-OnlyFans woman does in New York City. Let's watch it. That's a crime. Like, there's children on the other end looking at that.
It might not be a crime in Ireland.
Well, it's a crime in New York City. You can't just show your boobs to children. Can you? Can you show your boobs in New York City? Maybe you can be topless in New York City. I'm not even kidding.
Actually, I'm pretty sure New York City you're allowed to be topless.
Yeah, I think they do. Actually, I'm not even kidding. We've been joking, but Google it. I think you actually can be
No,
topless.
you 100% can be topless in New York City.
That's so screwed up.
Anything goes in New York City right now. They need to kind of rein things in.
I actually think this kind of portal could end wars. Like, imagine if this portal were on Russia, Ukraine, and people were just flashing boobies every day. Everyone would be happy.
I think this would start many wars.
Yeah, I think it would start a war.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, this is going to start a war.
Well, they should put this on the West Bank wall or whatever they call it in the Gaza Strip.
No, they shouldn't. Do they have the? Do you have the one where the guy showed the 9/11 Twin Towers?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that?
I actually thought this was pretty fun.
Literally day one.
Oh my gosh!
They really, day one, went for the jugular. Like, oh, this is to New York? Here.
Do you think 9/11 was perpetrated by people within our own government?
Oh my gosh.
To start a never-ending war in the Middle East.
Oh my gosh.
Laundered money and killed millions of Muslims that actually weren't responsible because all the hijackers were from Saudi Arabia.
Look, I think that there is a monetary reason behind people who try to get into war and want to get into war. I know that the lobby is massive, and the lobby is very lucrative for those who become involved in it and can profit off of it. And so it would not surprise me in any context if there were events where people found a way to profit off of it and perpetuate an issue.
Don't be so politically correct. Can you just be like, yes or no, it was an inside job?
I think I'm going to have to keep on the politically correct answer.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before we show the next clip, because it says Ladyboy, how much nudity, weird stuff are we reacting to? You were recently on a bus that broke down on the way to the southern border. Can you tell us about what happened? Not just about the bus, but like, what did you see on the southern border?
The southern border, everything you read about, everything you see, it's affecting real people. We visited a ranch where we talked to some stakeholders in Kennedy County. We talked to the DA. Everything from the people in law enforcement to the citizens who are affected by it to the surrounding areas. They're way more dilapidated than they were even 4 years ago. And it's pretty nuts, just even the sheer numbers. We were talking to the DA, and he was telling us that, six years ago, they had, and I'm not going to get these numbers exact, but I have the sheet of exact numbers. They had, probably 600 cases in their court system that they had to do. This year, they had 6,800. They've had to hire 6 more lawyers. They've had to hire all of these people. We got to hear stories from the Texas Public Policy Foundation, just a bunch of great people who are trying to fix the problem and really tangibly make it better. But it was crazy.
I'd be worried to take you to the border. I feel like you'd be a very good human trafficking victim because you kind of could fit in a suitcase like Lila. The cartel could just put you in a little duffel bag and just carry you around.
Logistically,
it's possible. I mean, it's very possible. But did you see any human trafficking victims? Are you there?
We didn't see anything like that with our own eyes. We did see this guy who was very clearly replacing his, I have the video of it. I should have sent it to y'all. But he was very clearly replacing his license plate with a paper license plate, which is a red flag for the law enforcement down there that someone has crossed the border illegally. They have at some of the flea markets right over the border in Mexico. They have these businesses where they print paper license plates. And so then when they get over the border, change their license plate, all of a sudden their car isn't hunted. And it used to be that they could pull someone over if you had a paper license plate too near to the border. But with the policies that the Biden administration has canceled, that Trump had implemented, that were really helping, and some of the stuff that he's done, local law enforcement can't pull over even people that they think might be illegal immigrants.
What do you mean? They can't pull over a car, right?
Not without ICE. It used to be that they could pull people over.
Like, even in America, I'm saying if they're in a car on the American side, they can't pull them over.
Not without ICE. They have local authority, but the Biden administration removed federal authority to pull them over on suspicion of illegal immigration.
What if they're drunk
detain
driving?
them. They can pull them over if they're drunk. If they're drunk driving, but they cannot like detain them to return
They can't
to Mexico
profile
on
them.
behalf of ICE.
Yeah, so they can't be like, oh, we think they're an illegal immigrant, pull them over for that reason. They'd have to have
Exactly.
another reason.
Exactly. So they're trying to re-implement some of those things that were really helping during the Trump administration. You know, there's this policy called 287G, where it was essentially that local law enforcement could lease authority to pull over and detain illegal immigrants from ICE. So they could borrow that authority and then it would all work out. But they don't have that anymore. So unless they're in pairs, which they don't have the funding to do, they can't actually do anything actively about it. It's pretty terrible.
Well, that actually makes you happy because my housekeeper's an illegal immigrant, and I love Carmen. She's one of the best housekeepers ever. She's Venezuelan. She cooks, she cleans, she makes pupusas. Have you ever had a pupusa?
I have not.
Delicious. It's kind of like a tortilla almost with cheese in the center. Sometimes they can put spicy meats in it. And if somebody was to take Carmen away from me, 9/11 would potentially happen again.
That was serious. I believe you.
Do you have a housekeeper?
Yes.
Is she legal?
Yes.
Or I can get you an illegal one if you want and pay much less.
That's
Would you like
that's okay.
Would you like to save money? It's about half the price of a legal one.
That's okay.
You could add her to your existing housekeeper, and then you have 1.5 housekeepers.
You know, while this is true, I think that I'll probably be okay. But thank you so much.
Do you keep a clean house naturally? Because my house is disgusting.
Really?
I have cats. They pee outside the litter
Oh.
box.
See, I don't have cats.
He's got like 20.
And I'm a
Oh my
hoarder.
gosh.
I'm hoarding cats, and I'm hoarding old documents. Like, I just have a room full of old newspapers.
Well, that's kind of cool. I have
Well,
some
I'm hoping that it'll
newspapers.
catch on fire so I can claim insurance and get a new house.
Less cool. I mean, cool for you, but not. I mean, you know,
Have you ever committed fraud of any sort?
no.
You've never lied on a form? You didn't lie on that contract you signed today, I hope.
No, I crossed out the things that I didn't want to agree to. So
Speaking of
we're still there.
liars, have you ever heard of the royal family?
I have. I lived in England.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
And did what as a country music superstar in England? What is that all about? Could you sing country there? Did they like it there?
You know what's funny? When I lived there, they did not like country music.
That's what I'm saying. I heard they don't like country.
Like,
They bash
now
it.
they do. They have C2C festival. They have all these great things, and I love it. I'm so happy that there's been a country music renaissance in England. But when I was there, no, you had to. You know, my mom had to order Garth Brooks' CDs from across the pond. Like they did not. They were not.
They
country
didn't
music
have
fans.
Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks is the best ever.
Crime. A crime.
Isn't there a rumor that Garth Brooks is a murderer?
What?
I have not.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. That is
I mean, it's a
I actually
conspiracy.
think it's true. To be honest, I looked into it.
Garth Brooks murder conspiracy. Let me
Yeah.
look it up. You guys have never heard of it? You guys haven't heard of much.
No.
I think Tom Segura might be the main perpetrator of it.
Yeah, he does talk about it. So, why are people saying Garth Brooks is a murderer? I keep seeing people online saying Garth Brooks murdered people, but I can't seem to find any info on why. If people are so convinced, why isn't he in jail? Yeah, Tom Segura. Your Mom's House podcast featuring Tom Segura and Christina P. play videos and make jokes about the content. There's some old videos of Garth Brooks where they make fun of his expressionless talking to the camera. The joke ends up him being a sociopath murderer. I don't know, but there's more to it than that. Did you, were you sad when O.J. Simpson died?
I was pretty unaffected in general. It
So
didn't
you
really
weren't
affect
happy that
me.
he died? You weren't happy that he died?
I mean, it feels like weird to cheer.
He did double murder two people civilly. In a civil case, he was convicted of murdering
He
two
was
people.
That
innocent.
should have been different.
I know. You know, there's a conspiracy that his son did it. Lila knows. Lila's pretty smart. Lila knows. Okay, speaking of murderers, look at this Prince Charles painting.
Alex,
Oh.
I have a few different variations. So this is the standard mirror image. Okay, we can go to the second one. This is with a little darker
This is mirrored, though, because normally it's
Yes.
just one.
mirrored images.
Yeah.
And then this one is a negative.
That looks like
Spooky-
Baphomet.
spooky
Yeah.
stuff, right?
That's us.
You know, his brother is a guy by the name of Prince Andrew, who is best friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
That's pretty bad, right?
Yeah. I don't think that this whole painting situation is an accident.
but normally it would just be half of it. So like the internet sleuths are really, really, really kind of, they're adding a lot to make this happen though, right? I mean,
Well, technically you're just copying the image and putting it side by side. I mean, the second two, yes, are a little doctored, but this one right here is just the this one.
what is it supposed to be? Is it Prince Charles on his period? What is a?
I don't know what they were going for, but all I can see is the demon.
Yeah.
What do you think, Alexis?
I hadn't seen the contrast version, and it is interesting to see kind of the horns come up. Like, that's compelling that you can see the light come through, and it really does make the horns. I don't know. I think it's suspicious. I have my suspicions.
I'm trying to see what the chat is saying. Chat, ask them what they think. Okay, how many people hit the like button? There's over 1,000 people watching, and there's only 590 likes. Hit that L button. Is it an L or it's a thumbs up? Whatever. Hit that like button right now so this will get recommended more into the algorithm. Okay, so Mrs. Goody Two Shoes over there that doesn't do helium, are you ready to get high on my supply?
For helium?
Yeah, you see those balloons right there?
Yeah,
Can
let's
you
go.
grab one of those balloons? Yeah.
Perfect. You two do it. My voice is already heliumed up, so I don't need to.
Yeah, you're naturally helium, which is, it's just, that's a talent in its own sense. Okay, here, now I'm going to take this helium.
Hello, hi, my name's Alex. How you guys doing?
See, that one worked
That
really
one
well.
worked really good. Now my voice feels like it's kind of frozen.
Oh, I think I have HIV. From Pete Buttigieg, from calling him gay. Have you ever called the Transportation Secretary gay before?
Me personally?
Yeah, you. Who else? Not Lilo.
No, I have not.
It feels good. I felt like a bully back in high school. Yelling. Just like I was in the cafeteria. I would go around on Chicken Nugget Day. My parents wouldn't oftentimes give me money. They wouldn't give me an allowance because my behavior was so poor. So I'd walk around with a plate of ketchup. And I used to go to people's tables and I would take their chicken nugget on Chicken Nugget Day. I would take one. I called it the nugget tax. And I would just dip it in the ketchup and I would eat it right in front of them.
What was the tax for?
Just being in my orbit.
To assert dominance.
A dominant tax.
That's what the government does, so.
Yeah.
They're just taking our nuggets.
They're taking our nugs, and they're taking half my nugs. They're taking a lot of my nugs. I just paid my tax bill. I'm low on nugs because of it. I need some more nugs. So, have you ever stolen chicken nuggets from a cafeteria child before?
I haven't.
It's exhilarating. Have you ever shoplifted?
No,
Yeah, right.
I have not.
You've never shoplifted in your life.
Really?
Never shoplifted, if you can believe it.
What about when you go to the grocery store? You never eaten the samples and not paid for it?
No.
I think samples are supposed to be free.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to eat all of them and then put them in your purse and walk out like I used to do with my mom when I was a child.
You took samples and put them in your mother's
In my
purse?
mother's purse, yes.
So was she an accomplice or did she not know?
A little bit of both. And I would put steaks in her purse.
You put steaks in her purse?
I used to put huge steaks, like porterhouse steaks.
I stole one time.
Yeah, it's
From
fun.
Bartell Drugs. I stole nail polish and I got caught by a secret shopper. And then they called my mom and my mom was on the phone and she was like, "Why, Anak, did you steal nail polish? We have so much nail polish at the house. We have so much nail polish." And then I was banned from Bartell Drugs for a year.
Is that like a drugstore like CVS? But
Yeah,
back
it was
in
like
the
a
day?
CVS. I didn't need nail polish.
I know, and it's only nail polish is like $5. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I've stolen a few candy bars when I didn't have any allowance money when I was a little kid. I'd be eating them though. I would eat them before I left the store, so I couldn't get caught. It was the perfect crime.
Yeah, you technically didn't leave the store with them.
Well, they were in my stomach, but yes, in a way, I'm the perfect criminal.
So, Alex, you've had an absolutely insane week. Can you give us some highlights and what's expecting to come?
Okay, so on Sunday night, I was with a guy by the name of Charlie Cougar and two guys named Scooter and Justin, and we flew to San Juan, Puerto Rico, but of course my flight kept on getting delayed because of the rain in Dallas, so I didn't land in Puerto Rico till 2 a.m. Then I woke up on Monday morning at 6 a.m., got dressed, and we went and met up with the multimillionaire Peter Schiff. And we interviewed him, and then after Peter Schiff, we had to go to the beach, and we had to film a bunch of content asking people questions about PPP loans, this and that. Then we ended up being done around, we wrapped around 10 p.m. Then the next morning, we had to wake up at 6 a.m. on Tuesday and fly to Miami. And then Miami, we went and we rented a car. We met up with Forgiato Blow, who's a MAGA rapper. Do you know Forgiato Blow?
I think I've heard of him.
He has the face tattoos.
Yes.
He's hardcore, but he's a badass. And we met up with him. Then we met up with an FBI agent in Miami, and he talked about all the PPP fraud. Are you familiar with the CARES Act that was signed in March of 2020?
Mm-hmm.
And it gave a bunch of, and it's actually, there's a little conspiracy with that too, or not conspiracy, but we interviewed Congressman Thomas Massey this morning. I was with the congressman in his office, and he's a badass. He's actually going to be at the Libertarian Convention with moi this weekend. So if you guys want to hang out with Thomas Massey and I, you're going to be able to do it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I believe. There's events all 3 days. Donald Trump's going to be there, Vivek Ramaswamy, RFK. Tim Butterly just texted me he's going to be there, so there's going to be all kinds of people there. My point is, the CARES Act not only gave PPP loans, but it also gave us that $1,200 stimmy. I ain't complaining about that, even though it caused massive inflation, is kind of ruining the strength of our dollar currently. But we talked to him, and that CARES Act also authorized the mail-in ballots. And if you look at the election, even though it was the most perfect election of all time, Joe Biden and Donald Trump, when it came to in-person voting on the day of the election, Donald Trump actually won all 50 states when it came to in-person voting. Now, when it came to mail-in ballots, Donald Trump won all 50 states. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know the last part.
Yeah, so he won all 50 states mail-in ballots. So you could almost say, if you're a weird conspiracy theorist and thought the election was fraudulent, that maybe signing that CARES Act actually hurt Donald Trump because it opened up a door for Joe Biden to commit election fraud. But I'm not saying that because it's on YouTube. Everything we say here is a joke and it's not real. So the CARES Act ended up hurting Donald Trump, but Thomas Massey told this great story that he's not told before because I interviewed him for 30 minutes, and I'm one of the most premier interviewers in the world, and I got him to talk about how Donald Trump called him when he was the only congressman that actually opposed the CARES Act. And it only takes one person to oppose it and then make them have to come in person and vote. And nobody wanted to come back to D.C. because this is March 2020. Everybody was shut down. It was day 11 of 2 weeks to stop the spread, according to Thomas Massey. And he got a call from Donald Trump, and Donald Trump said, I'm going to rain down on you with, how do I even word what Thomas Massey said? But basically, Donald Trump, in a way, kind of lightly threatened him. Thomas Massey was really worried. He's like, what the hell does that mean? And basically it meant Donald Trump tweeted at him 3 times, calling him an idiot and a third-rate loser. No, that's real. We were going to show the tweets. But now, 2 years later, Donald Trump actually called him a first-rate politician and endorsed him. But at the time, he said he was also, one of the threats was he was going to endorse his political opponent. And Thomas Massey still won in Kentucky with 81% of the vote. So Donald Trump's the most powerful guy ever, but it didn't stop Thomas Massey. So thank you, Thomas Massey, for helping the American taxpayer and trying to call out the fraud that was the pandemic. Not that the pandemic wasn't real. It was real and everything's safe and effective. I'm just saying the CARES Act is a lot of money, and now we're paying the price because massive inflation. Buying a house right now is almost impossible. Did you know that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard it's terrible.
It's very bad. It's mucho expensivo. That's Spanish for very expensive. Thank you for the CARES Act. But, okay, let me go back to the story. Then Wednesday, we were in New Jersey speaking with a guy by the name of Jason Brown, who's an attorney for the Brown Law Firm. He has 26 employees, and he is also an ex-FBI agent. He didn't retire. He actually left after 6 years or something. And he was an FBI agent during 9/11, and him and I had some crazy talks about that, but I'll save that for the documentary. So I've had a busy week. We've woken up every single day at 5 a.m. We've had a flight every single day. So we had 4 flights in 4 days. So I'm running on helium right now.
Dang.
It feels so good when it hits your lips. It feels so good. It feels really good. You want to see what it feels like?
Will I sound like that?
No, you're going to sound a little different than that.
My nose feels like it's bleeding. Do you have any medicine for nosebleeds?
No, they actually don't give you anything. They're just like, good luck.
They give you some cotton swabs maybe, right?
Yeah, they do. I mean, they tell you can use Afrin because it constricts the...
The nose sprays actually stops? That wow.
Yeah, because it constricts the capillaries in your
Afrin
nose.
is terrible. I used to be addicted to that stuff. I was one
Nobody
of those weirdos
asked
who
you,
go,
Jimmy. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you.
Well,
Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you.
that
Nobody asked you, Jimmy. Nobody said, Jimmy, what's your opinion on Afrin? No, I'm serious. Did anybody ask you your opinion on Afrin?
It's dangerous.
Well, shut your mouth and produce the show.
dangerous.
I don't care. It's not dangerous. And why would they ask you to use it? Tell you to use it if it's so dangerous? Are you a doctor, Jimmy?
Sort of.
So you know more than Alexis's doctor. Is that what you're trying to say?
Did a doctor prescribe Afrin to you?
It's not prescription. It's OTC, over the counter. But they did recommend using it, right?
They did. They said that if you have like several in a row and you just want them to, you want your nosebleeds to stop, you can use Afrin. But in all fairness, I was worried because people do overuse Afrin because your nose gets so clear and you just kind of, I don't know, you just keep on doing it.
Jimmy, buy me some Afrin.
I got you. That could be our next stunt.
We're going to use a bunch of Afrin.
Bunch of
Okay.
Afrin.
So, speaking of Ivy League schools that are full of PDF files, another Ivy League school, Columbia, that's in New York City, a woman's going viral for doing this. Let's play the clip. Okay, her family spent hundreds of thousands of... Wait, who added this music?
I don't know. It's just there when I pulled it and I liked it.
I like the music. So you see she ripped up the diploma, but she's such a fraud. This is why, because you can just get a replacement diploma. They'll just mail you the diploma like in a week. I lost my diploma and got another one from LSU.
I don't know the point that's trying to be made here. Like, she's the one who put in the effort. She's the one who paid the school, whether it's student loans or her family or whatever. She's the one who invested this effort into the school. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to go to graduation. I'm going to walk across that stage. I'm going to rip up my gender studies degree piece of paper. Like, that just feels a little bit ineffective to me.
Well, you know what is effective? Let me show you the most effective thing you've ever seen.
Are you going to do it again?
Yeah, I am going to do it again. This
it
is
again.
healthy. Did you not read the news?
No, I
You read it out loud. And what did it
did.
say, Alexis, for the audience, please?
here we are. It can be healthy after all. Experts, because experts know, reveal what to order if you're watching your weight.
And I'm doing this to protest all of the supplies that are not going to Hamas. I would like Joe Biden to build a dock so we can get Hamas as many spicy potato burritos that they can get. This is for you, Hamas.
Yay. Good job. We love it.
Alex, this reminds me of Darius.
This one wasn't quite as bad as the last one. The burrito was a lot more saucy. So.
The burrito is much bigger.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to say that.
Tacos are smaller than burritos, I'm learning. This is healthy, you know that.
No, I read.
All right, Alexis, before we end the show, it's almost over. Tell the people where they can find you and how they can support you.
You can find me at all of my socials or at Alexis Wilkins. I have my own show over on Rumble called Between the Headlines. We put out episodes every Friday evening recapping the week in news, so make sure you check that out. I work with PragerU and put up some content on their page. And then if you're at the NRA convention this weekend, I will be there singing Friday and Saturday, and then at the Rise United merch stage as well.
I love it. Everybody go support her. Lila, where can they find you? How can they support you?
You guys can find me at lilahart.com and support me just at lilahart on all my socials.
And tell them how they can support our show.
And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, order CastBrew Coffee, and we have a comedy show at the end of the month.
Oh, yeah, May 31st at in Fort Worth, Texas. Get your tickets at alexstein99.com. There's a link. It's the May 31st show in Fort Worth. You can't miss it. It's called Big Laugh Comedy Club, and it's a theater. Have you ever performed there, Lila?
No, it's brand new.
It's brand spanking new. So if you guys want to go there, you want to meet myself, you want to meet Lila, hang out, get some laughs, drink some CastBrew coffee, and eat some burritos in one bite, come on down. All right, guys, we end the show the same way every time with that freestyle finale. DJ, hit that beat. Burrito in my mouth, stuff it down my gullet. I am country and I like my mullet. I like to dance. I like to prance. I think Alexis is really from France. Freedom fries, ain't no lie. Drinking Pepsi, cause I'm sexy. Drink that Pepsi, cause I'm sexy. Drink that Pepsi, cause I'm sexy. All right, guys, make sure to hit that like button. Peace and good night, bitches.